Welcome everyone, and thank you for coming to the Relay for Life of Wakefield and helping the American Cancer Society lead the fight for a world without cancer. My name is Debbie Amiel, and I am the event lead for our Relay for Life event. It is so nice to see so many familiar faces and some new faces. And it's nice to be back here, first time in 3 years, an in-person relay. I am so proud to be standing here with all of you tonight, doing what other relay participants in more than 5,000 communities across our country and across the globe do. By walking this track tonight, you are joining forces with millions of people worldwide who want to save lives, who want to lead the fight. While each of us has a unique reason for being here, we all have something very much in common. We want to make a difference in the fight against cancer. And we are doing that. You are doing that. As a community, every step taken and every dollar raised helps the American Cancer Society fight cancer on all fronts. We have gathered this evening because cancer continues to affect the lives of those we love. It is something we simply cannot ignore. By the end of this year, 1.7 million people are expected to be newly diagnosed with cancer, and more than 600,000 people will die from the disease. Cancer is the second most common cause of death in the United States, exceeded only by heart disease, and accounts for nearly 1 in every 4 deaths. That's why the American Cancer Society is fighting cancer on every front, from helping patients access services such as free rides to cancer treatments, free lodging near hospitals, a 24/7 cancer hotline, to fostering cutting-edge research and breakthroughs, to advocating on behalf of cancer patients. They are leading the fight, and together we can make the greatest impact to save lives. And that's why we are here today. When we raise money through the Relay for Life of Wakefield, we help the American Cancer Society touch the lives of so many. Those who are currently battling cancer, those who may face a diagnosis in the future, and those who may avoid a diagnosis altogether. Today, we are here to celebrate all those who have battled cancer, our survivors in the purple t-shirts. Remember loved ones lost. Take action for life-saving change. Over the next 12 hours, we'll recognize the battle waged around the clock by those facing cancer. The light and darkness of the day and night parallel what many cancer patients and their loved ones feel from the time of diagnosis through treatment throughout the entire cancer journey. And now I'd like to introduce Wakefield Town Councilor Jonathan Chines, who has a few words to say.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Debbie, for the warm welcome. You know, it's appropriate that the theme for the Relay for Life this year is Harry Potter, because it really is magical to be back here on the track after 3 years. And so thank you, everyone, for coming here today and making this possible. Thank you as well to all the organizers and the team leads. Debbie, appreciate your leadership this year and everything. I also do want to recognize one of my colleagues from the Board of Health, Elaine Silva, who's been a longtime leader of the Relay for Life. Thank you, Elaine. And given the great work that she does on the Board of Health for our community and just how valuable she's been to Wakefield all these years, but particularly the last 2, it's amazing the work that you've done here as well. So thank you for everything here, too. I'm Jonathan Chines, Vice Chair of the Town Council here in Wakefield, and I'm here tonight on behalf of the entire Town Council, the entire town administration, and all of the employees of the town of Wakefield, with really a simple message of gratitude for all of you for being here. You know, we've all been touched by cancer, and I see the purple shirts here of all of the survivors, yourselves who are joining you. Congratulations and thank you for being here and sharing your stories. We're caregivers, absolutely. And in many cases, simply the loved ones of survivors and patients, and many people who've been touched by this insidious disease. And we all know from these experiences the challenges that come with a cancer diagnosis. You know, I've spent my professional career working in healthcare, and a couple of years ago I had the opportunity to help open a cancer center in Worcester. And for me, that really hammered home all of the very real ways in which cancer diagnoses affect not only the survivors, but the families. It's a medically complex disease. The ways in which it's treated are incredibly detailed and difficult, and they affect the whole body, not just the malignant cell or the tumor. It requires navigating a healthcare system that is incredibly complex, even when you're at your best, much less when you're struggling with a debilitating disease. It affects every aspect of our families' lives and requires so much from the caregivers that our survivors depend on each and every day. And it has a psychological toll and a trauma on people that really is very unique. And so with all of those challenges, it's very easy to feel overwhelmed by the magnitude of the challenge in front of us, by the battle that we face with this insidious set of diseases. But that's why what we're doing here today, and that's why what's happening all across the world this evening is so important. You're raising money for an organization that not only helps fund groundbreaking research that makes treatments a little bit easier for people and eventually find cures, it's also an organization that helps provide just essential support services for families and patients in many, many ways. And perhaps more importantly today, what you're doing is you're providing hope to patients and survivors and caregivers by showing that no one who's facing cancer is doing so alone. We're all here with you. We've got your back. And we're all here remembering the far too many people that we've lost, and doing so by turning their memory and turning how they've suffered into something positive and beneficial for the next generation of survivors and those that follow. So again, on behalf of everyone in Wakefield, I extend my heartfelt thanks to everyone for being here today, for everything that you're doing to light the light of hope for a cure and easier treatments for cancer. It's wonderful to see you. Good luck this evening. We've got a great night of weather, though we have a long few hours before 6 a.m. Enjoy it and look forward to seeing you next year. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jonathan. Our speaker this evening is Kathy Pepe. Kathy was born and raised in Melrose, one of 8 children. She presently resides in North Reading and is a mother of 3 and a grandmother of 1. She has one sister who is a 22-year breast cancer survivor, and Kathy, another sister, and their mother are 10-year breast cancer survivors. Kathy? There you are.
Good evening, everyone. Is this good? I began my journey with cancer as a co-survivor. My sister Rose was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2007. Though it wasn't the first cancer diagnosis in my family, her diagnosis hit me hard. Rose's misfortune made me realize that I had to do something to help. I heard about a 60-mile breast cancer walk, asked Rose to join me, and we did it. While training for this walk, we learned about the many factors in a cancer diagnosis, the available treatments, and how important research is. I realized how fortunate we are to live so close to some of the best hospitals in the country. The more I learned, the more it motivated me to raise money for research. That year, we walked in the freezing cold. It rained, sleet, snow, and it was May. It was a tough year. But I loved the fact that I could do something to help not only my sister, but the wonderful other walkers that we met that year. I continued walking and/or being on the crew ever since. I almost became complacent about cancer until my brother-in-law was diagnosed and a very dear friend of mine was diagnosed within months of each other with treatable but incurable cancers. Both fought very hard. They lost their battle actually within a week of each other in 2008. It made me so angry and reinforced the need to find a cure. So I continue to walk to fundraise and to spread awareness about cancer, and the entire time meeting some of the most wonderful people, because you all care so much about this. One young woman I met had the misfortune of getting a terminal diagnosis on her graduation day from college. She survived with the help of Dana-Farber. For 9 years, she continued to fundraise and became a national spokesperson for cancer and research. In 2012, my 84-year-old mother, our 84-year-old mother, was diagnosed with breast cancer. Once again, my family was devastated with the news. 3 months later, I was diagnosed, and 5 months later, my widowed sister was diagnosed. It was a tough year for us. Statistically, 1 in 8 people are diagnosed with breast cancer. We were now 4 in 7 of my family. My sister and I have gone through genetic testing, because we all know there's got to be a reason for it. We've gone through it twice, each time expanded genetic panels, and we still come back with negative mutations. Both of my test results said I had a less than 5% chance of ever having breast cancer. Well, I stand here as a survivor of a double mastectomy, reconstruction, chemo, 10 years on hormone replacement, and I just found out I'm going to have to go through another 5 years of another regimen. But you know what? I'm here, and that's the most important thing. In the last 14 years, we have lost my brother-in-law, an aunt, my sister-in-law, cousins, and more friends than I really even want to think about to this disease. Thank God Rose and my mom are doing great. Joanne spends her every day battling. And I so admire her strength and her inner grace. I walk to raise money and to help those that are undergoing treatment and for research so that others don't have to go through this. I leave you for a verse from an old Melissa Etheridge song. The title is I Run for Life, but I changed the word run to walk. It's been years since they told her about it, the darkness her body possessed. The scars are there in the mirror every day that she gets dressed. Though the pain is miles and miles behind her, and the fear is now a docile beast, if you ask her why she is still walking, she'll tell you it makes her complete. I walk for hope, I walk to feel, I walk for the truth, for all that is real. I walk for your mother, your sister, your wife, I will add in your husband. I walk for you and me, my friend. I walk for life. Thank you. Good luck tonight.
Thank you, Kathy. That was very nice. I would like, at this point, I would like to introduce the rest of the event leadership team and thank them for all their hard work pulling this together. Claire Brown, Dorianne Delatiski, Justin Jones, Cindy Melanson. She's in the stands. Oh, there you are. You're not in the stands. Victoria Tessanero. Thank you. We couldn't have done this without all of you. And Elaine. Oh my gosh. You are on my list. I just skipped you. I'm sorry.
That's all right. I lost the alphabet.
Silver, yeah, okay. I would also like to say a special thank you to all the companies that have taken the leadership role in our relay event by becoming sponsors. In addition to putting teams together, they lend their financial support and help offset our expenses or donate much needed goods and services. If you look around the track at all the logos, you can see that we are fortunate to have a number of caring companies that believe deeply in helping us save lives from cancer. The Savings Bank, Quick Disposal, they donate the dumpster to us. Angelo's in Stoneham, doing our survivor dinner. WCAT is here. Wakefield Daily Item has been wonderful, helping to get the word out. So thank you. And especially, we would like to thank the Northeast Metro Tech. Not only do they allow us to use the track, they've helped us so much with all the logistics, from the cupcakes for the survivor dinner. We have the metal fabrications program, built the arch, and these guys up here in the bleachers built 2 amazing fire pits that are being raffled off in memory of a teacher who passed away recently from cancer. So, excellent job. Now, I would like to introduce our teams, and if you would gather here by the arch, we'd like to get a photo of each team. And then if the survivors and their caregivers could just step aside for a moment and let the rest of the team go out and find your spot around the track to help cheer on the survivors. All right, Angels of Hope, Team Captain Heather Tuttle. All set? Okay, next up, Darkangelo Angels, Team Captain Cheryl Coppola. Next up is Julie's Angels, Team Captain Cindy Mallinson. Next up is going to be Metal Fabulous with Team Captain Tyler Wilson. After this team will be Miles with Melrose with Team Captain Kate Hubbard. After Miles with Melrose will be Microchip Beverly with Team Captain Gary Stanton. After Microchip will be Mom's Cancer Fighting Angels with Team Captain Guy Moley. Olga's Angels with Team Captain Elaine Silva. Team Hope with Team Captain Lisa Ventura. Next up, Team Jude for the relay. Judy here?
She is.
Next will be Team No Name, Team Captain Claire Brown. TBS Lifesavers, Team Captain Amy Walsh. We'll go back to the Rock, who were very nicely helping with a blown away pop-up. Team Captain Justin Jones. Okay, now if all of our survivors and their caregivers could gather by the arch, we will try to get a group photo of all of you. Thank you. Now, if Kathy would come back to us and light our flame of hope so we can begin the relay. Thank you, Kathy.
Good evening, everybody. How are we doing so far? All right. Sounds pretty lively. I just want you to know I can't see any of you because these lights are really bright, but that's probably better for me. Thanks. My name is Justin Jones, and along with the event leadership team and our Luminaria chair, Victoria Tessanero, wanted to welcome you to the Luminaria ceremony. As we know, Relay represents the struggles that we go through when there's a cancer diagnosis. We walk from day into dusk, into the dark of night, and then into the dawn. And that represents the times when we get the diagnosis and we're going into the darkness. And as we look around at the track and we see these luminaria lit up, we know that we're not alone in this journey through the darkness. And as we get through the wee hours of the morning And we keep walking, and our feet hurt, and we keep on going. Just like our fighters, we'll keep on fighting. And as we come into the dawn, as we beat the disease, as we all work to beat the disease by raising money, that's what this relay represents. The mission statement: remember, celebrate, fight back. We celebrate being here tonight in person for the first time in 3 years, and thank you all for being here. We remember for those who can't be here with us. We remember, and we fight back. Remember, we walk, they fight, and we all win. Tonight we have two very important speakers to introduce. The first requires no introduction, but I'm going to introduce him anyway. You'll see him walking around the track, probably faster than anybody else, racking up the miles after being here all day helping us set up, and he'll be here all morning helping us tear it down. You'll see him raising money at Fuddruckers, at car shows, everywhere you'll see. As I mentioned, this first speaker needs no introduction. It's Guy Moley.
Thank you very much, Justin. My name is Guy Moley. I am the team captain here with the Relay for Life of Wakefield. My team is Mom's Cancer Fighting Angels. We started this team 14 years ago after my mom passed of esophageal cancer. Since then, our team worked very hard in the fight against cancer, hosting multiple fundraising events throughout the years. Our efforts to help everyone battle this terrible disease. Sadly, 4 years ago, a member of our team lost his battle to continue the fight, but we continue to fight and honor in his memory. The past 2 years were a real turning point for my family and team as I was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer. Although it was a shock to us, I never let it get me down. I have an amazing support system, starting with my amazing wife and family. I spoke to many people along the journey who assured me that I will get through this. And get through this I did. Was it scary? Absolutely. Especially when the oncologist explained everything that I would have to go through. 8 weeks of heavy chemo followed by 24 radiation treatments. Chemo pills to be followed by the surgery. All of this came after we hit a bump in the road of the original plan to remove the tumor, followed by some chemo and radiation. Unfortunately, during the planned surgery, they discovered that the tumor was against the bladder, so the surgery was stopped. And they opted to try to shrink the tumor first. I always kept a positive attitude right from the start. I said to the oncologist, okay, let's get this party started. What do I have to do? One thing that I do always remember, and I'll never forget, a very good friend of mine who also is a cancer survivor had said, you have cancer. Cancer does not have you. I always kept that on the brain, and I continue to work while undergoing treatments. Although we are all different, my advice is never let it get you down. Stay positive and know that you can get through this. Today I am a 1-year cancer survivor, and I will continue to relay so that we can all celebrate a world without cancer together. Thank you.
Thank you, Guy. Another round of applause for Guy, please. Thank you for all that you do and all that you've done for Relay over the past years. Our next speaker, her and her family have formed a team for the first time this year. Her mom battled breast cancer for 9 years and passed away in April. She's formed the team to honor her mom, Marie, and they're running an adorable lemonade stand in the corner. Right? I know she's out there. I know she already hoodwinked me for some lemonade. I think it was $50, she said. So just, I know it's only 50 cents. Throw her a couple extra bucks, So our next speaker is Christine Banks.
Hey guys. So we are actually 4 out of her 5 grandchildren. When she had passed on April 21st. It was 1 day after his birthday and then 2 days before mine. So it was kind of a rough week overall, but we immediately knew with the little time we had that we wanted to create some sort of special something, whether it was an event like this or just a party, whatever it was. And so us as a team, she has always been our team captain growing up. We participated in both Wakefield and Woburn for, I believe, 4-5 years. So this is our first relay without her, but we are super excited to raise money that we are planning on donating back into the American Cancer Society.
Hello, okay. I guess being oldest has its disadvantages. I guess I gotta talk. Yeah. Go Nana.
They're obviously nervous. My mom was such an amazing person. She fought until her last dying breath. 9 long years. And even the moment she took that last breath, she was still fighting. And it amazes me today at just what it does to us, to her family, to the people around her. And it's such an amazing opportunity. Yeah, 1 second, okay? To be able to be a part of an event like this on behalf of my mother. Because she would have been here. She certainly would have been here in the same spot that we're in. That's where she's been every single year, time she's came here. I just wanted to give you guys a little insight of my mom, and I'm sure there's some of you that may have known her. Such an amazing person, and it's a shame what it does to us. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, Christine. As I mentioned, as we walk the track, lap after lap, just remember, every one of these bags has a story behind it. And you may have brought some of your own, dedicated to people that you want to honor or that you want to remember. And that's why we're here. We're here to raise money so that we hope we never have to come back here again. Someday, and we'll get there. And as we look up in the corner of the bleachers, we see the word hope. And that's what this event brings all of us. It brings us hope that someday we'll find a cure. Good luck with the rest of the walk. We'll see you all through the track, all night long. We have still a number of events left to go. We'll have a Frozen t-shirt contest coming up soon. Bingo at midnight. And of course, we'll be walking here all night. So good luck, everybody. Thank you.